Hello friends, I welcome you all to this class. This is mathematics class, and today we'll be looking at the differentiation, and the aspect of differentiation we'll be considering the chain rule. So we want to know how to find derivative of a function using the knowledge of chain rule, and we want to know the type of function that will be given to you, and you'll be required to use chain rule to find the derivative of that very function. Now, assuming you have a function of this form, y is a function of u and u is a function of what? X. And you want to find the derivative of y with respect to what? X. Then the result will be the derivative of y with respect to x denoted by dy dx will be equals to derivative of y with respect to u multiplied by derivative of u with respect to what? X. So this is what chain rule is talking about. We are going to use knowledge of chain rule to evaluate this first example on the board here. So in this example, they asked us to find the derivative of the following functions. So the first function we want to consider is given by y is equals to open bracket 3x squared minus 1 raised to power negative 4. This is the function given to us. And what we have inside the bracket is what? The function of x we are talking about, u of x. So what is inside the bracket is, so we are going to say let u be equals to the quantity you have inside the bracket, 3x squared minus 1. Right? That's what is inside the bracket, is our u. Right? Then if u is this, then this implies that y will be equals to what? What will be your y? Since we have called this u, so everything inside the bracket is u, so I have u. That's this raised to power what? Negative 4. That will be my y now, since the whole of this is my u, right? Then the formula says differentiate y with respect to u, then multiply it by derivative of u with respect to what? X. So let's just find the derivative of each of them. Now dy du. So for the first form, differentiate y with respect to u. So if you differentiate y with respect to u, what's the index of u? Minus 4, right? We are using the index formula. You bring down the index, then you write what you have, u raised to power minus 4. What do? You minus 1 from the index. Then this, if you simplify, this will be negative 4 u raised to power negative 4 negative 1, it will be negative 5, right? Then next one is the u dx. We evaluate the u dx. Then the u dx will be equal to, so see our u here, we differentiate it with respect to what? X. So if you using the power formula, what's the index of x here? 2. You use it to multiply what you have, 3x raised to power what? 2. What do after that? You minus 1 from the power, right? Then next one I have is what? Minus 1. If you differentiate minus 1, you get what? 0, because this 1 is a constant. Then this, if you simplify, this gives you 2 multiplied 3 is 6. So this gives you 6x, and 2 minus 1 will give you what? 1. So 2x raised to power 1. This gives us 6x raised to power 1, which is 6x. Then dy dx now will be given by the formula. Dy dx is dy du multiplied by du dx. That's the formula we have. Then what is dy du? Dy du is negative 4 u raised to power minus 5. Multiply, what is the u dx? It gave us what? 6x. So if you simplify, this will be negative 4. What is our u? What is our u? U is 3x squared minus 1. So we are going to put u here. U is 3x squared. U is 3x squared minus 1. Then we have raised to power what? Negative 5. Then multiplying 6x. Let's simplify. Negative 4 multiply 6x. Can simplify. We have negative 4 here, we have 6 here. If negative 4 multiply 6x, we are going to have what? Negative 24x. Then open brackets 3x squared minus 1 raised to power negative 5. So this gives us the result of this very question. So for the question B, so I'm going to write this. This will be equal to, this implies that y is equals to, what's the index? This is index is 6. So I'll write this as cosine x then raised to power what? 6. This is the same as this. So with that, I can use the same similar knowledge what we did here. I'll do the same thing here. What's inside the bracket is cosine. So I'll say let u be equal to this quantity cos x, right? So if u is cos x, this implies that what? Y will be equal to, so this is u, so y will be equal to u raised to power what? 6, right? Then according to the formula, we need to differentiate y with respect to what? To u. So that dy du will be equal to, if you differentiate y with respect to u, what's the index of u? 6. You bring it down. You write your u, write 6 and minus 1 from the index. So this will be 6u. 6 minus 1 will give you what? 5. Then we need to differentiate what? According to the formula, we need to differentiate this quantity inside, that's u, with respect to what? X. So we say du dx will be, if you differentiate cosine, you get what? Negative sign. Get negative sign. So we are going to have that dy dx will be equal to, dy dx will be equal to dy du multiplied by what? Du dx. So this is the formula, the chain rule formula. I've written it down. So our own is to substitute. What is dy du? We evaluated it to be 6u raised to power 5 multiplied by, what is du dx? We evaluated it to be negative sine x. So if you simplify further, what is your u? U is what? Cos x. So I will replace u with what it is. So I'll have 6 cos x. We have cos x raised to power what? Well, u is cos x raised to power what? 5. So I'll have raised to power 5. This is cos x raised to power 5. Then multiply what? Negative sine x. So if you simplify, 6 can multiply negative sign to be negative 6 sine x cos raised to power 5x. So this gives us the derivative of this very function. Thanks so much for being part of this class. I'm expecting you in our upcoming class. Bye.